batting second out of Lee's Summit, Missouri, and Central Missouri, number 20, Carter.
Let's do it twice. The Matsu Miners and the Anchorage Bucs get set for the first doubleheader of the 2022 season. Colthausen there is going to be the starter in Game 1. Michael Yates in Game 2. Trey Yanity joined alongside Howie Boxley. Howie, we're going to have the 10th inning starting up from the second game of the year with the Bucs and the Miners, and then 7 more innings after that. But before we do that, let's take a look at yesterday's highlights.
What a fun Father's Day game, Trey, as the Miners and the Chinooks squared off. The Chinooks score 4 times in the first inning. Liam Hatakanaka comes in, pitches 5 2/3. He was brilliant, only gave up 1 hit. Nick Sorelli with a big home run in the 4th inning got the Miners on the board, and then a huge 6-run 5th. Blake Avila hit a 2-run home run in that inning. On to the 9th, a little bit of drama, a couple of runs given up. Colthausen comes in with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and he finally finishes off the Chinooks. The Miners win 8-6 yesterday.
Yeah, it's a big win for the Miners as they get out to number 9. They're looking to get 10 and 11 today. We're going to have keys to the game, lineups, and much more coming your way. The Matsu Miners and the Anchorage Bucs coming up next.
Colthausen. And please welcome the coaching staff of the Miners. Head coach Tyler LeBrun, his assistants James Dillard and Kyle Watson.
The Matsu Miners and the Anchorage Bucs. Let's play 2, Howie, as we get set to finish up game number 2 of this season, 5-5. We will resume it tied to start the 10th inning. The Anchorage Bucs will have a runner on second base. To start it, there will be nobody out in the inning as we begin extra innings. Howie, these rules mimic the Major League rules a good bit.
Yeah, it is now the Major League extra innings rules with the runner placed on second base. That will be Sean Maple as he trots out of the third base dugout. He was the last out in the 9th inning 13 days ago on the 7th of June when the game was called at 10:30 due to a lack of sun. So it's going to be Sean Maple on second, Dylan Fesperman leading off. A 5-5 game, Trey. We're in extra innings already.
We are. The excitement. A lot of it yesterday as we get to jump right into it this afternoon. 5 p.m., our start for game number 1 of this doubleheader. The Miners atop the standings at 9-2, with the Bucs trying to change it up. They could get 2 wins today. It'll be Nick Sorelli and Jacob Steele starting on the corners. First pitch, a called strike to Dylan Fesperman. Colthausen on the mound. Towson, who's become the Miners' closer here early on in the season, I believe. I was going to say balked as we saw the runner jog out to third, but it is a pinch runner here for the Anchorage Bucs as they immediately head to the bench. And how we knew we would see this because we know the rosters are much bigger than when this matchup began.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Michael Diaz will pinch run here in the 10th inning for Sean Maple. He is the new runner on second base after the first pitch, which was kind of odd. I'm not sure if they were saying that you couldn't substitute before it started, which doesn't seem to make much sense to me, but either way, it's going to be Michael Diaz, the runner on second now out of Santa Clara.
These rules a bit different today. All the Miners need to do, get 3 outs here in the 10th. They will have a runner on second base to begin the bottom half. They just need to get him home. Already walked it off once this season, as Towson will step off here.
And Trey, while you and I, baseball traditionalists, might not like this rule as much as some other people, it definitely gets you right into the action. It might bring back bunting, and there's just a lot of strategy on both sides. Really fun to watch.
Game speed picks up a bit as the 0-1 now. Fastball misses high.
And you already see the strategy from Ken Hokuff going with a pinch runner. The Miners runner in the 10th inning, the catcher, Brandon Heidel, and their hands tied a bit with Steven Lancia DHing in this game. You don't want to pull out Heidel. You would be out of a catcher if the game continued into the 11th.
Yeah. So many weird rules and oddities in this situation as the 1-1. Swing and a miss from Fesperman. We didn't know exactly what this was going to look like, when it was going to be played. We knew it would be not too far after the first matchup, and Now as we get to the later stages of June, the rosters are complete. These teams look a bit different, but as you'll notice, if you're watching us for the first week of the season, this defense resembles it identically as they had to pick it up where we left it. The 1-2 now. Swing and a miss. Colthausen. A big first out here in the 10th.
That is a huge strikeout for Colthausen, who is continuing in this game. He pitched the 9th inning, tried to save it for a walk-off. The Miners could not produce it, so he continues on. Nate Rolka, Liam Hatakanaka, and Michael Yates already burned for the Miners. They are unavailable if this game continues for a while.
Yates will start game number 2 against these Bucks later on. As Colthausen had to come into the game yesterday in a save situation, faced some music in that game, ended up winning it 8-6. As we will now see Alex Champagne, who swings at the first pitch, rolls it to second base. Nathan Rose with it on to first, and that is out number 2. As we want to give a shout out to the Moon Man, as he's known, Nathan Rose, the second baseman, making the play there, a big second out. Now a runner on third base as it was Maple advancing. He is 90 feet away, but the Miners just need one out to send us to the bottom of the 10th, where they will get their chance.
The out that Alex Champagne just produced is the one that they needed Fesperman to produce. Runner to third now, but now there's 2 outs, and the Miners, if they can get out of this here, they just need to score the runner from second to win it.
And out any way you can get it. Now Garrett Anglem, the center fielder. The first pitch, off speed, it's going to miss high.
Connor Lindsay has the plate, at least for this first one. We will see if the umpires remain in their spots for game 2, as it's Paul Craddock at first, Gill at third.
The 1-0, up and in, it's going to be 2-0.
Got to give a shout out to our PA announcer, part-time Mikey, who is hanging out with us in game 1. He likes the drama.
Oh, yeah. Great to hear from you, Mikey. Hope to see you back at the ballpark soon. Seth as well. Out of Howie's favorite town, Carlsbad, there in California. Now the 2-0 on the way to Anglem. Curveball just a bit high. 3-0.
Saw Towson in last night's contest. Fastball. That good curveball and a changeup for Cole, who came into a big mess and was able to pick up the save for the Miners. A heart thumper in the 9th inning yesterday.
It was a great game. This one, of course, was a great game in the first week. As we continue it here, that one misses away. Ball 4, a 4-pitch walk there to Garrett Anglem. That'll put runners on the corners now. With 2 outs, maybe not the worst thing in the world there. How you get the force out at second base?
Yeah, now a force at second base, of course, as Dylan Maltby will stand in. And for the Miners, they just need 1 out. Colthausen produced the big strikeout. In the bottom of the 10th, Jacob Steele, Casey Sunseri, and Carter Young do up for the Miners, who will try to walk it off and pick up win number 10.
Let's see if they can get the out first here. The pitch. Swung on, rolled out to third. Steele with it, gloves it, throws it, and it is out number 3. A big 3 outs here in the 10th. As we will head to the bottom half, the Miners will start with a runner on second base. They will try to walk it off and get that 10th win of the season. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. This is where it gets fun, Howie. We start the bottom of the 10th inning. Tied at 5 apiece, the Miners kept the Bucs off the board in the top half, as they will now start with a runner on second base. It'll be Jacob Steele batting to lead it off. He will face Jackson Brockett. He came in the 9th inning of this game when we played it back earlier in the month. He will continue now against Steele. It'll be Brandon Heidel, the catcher standing on second base for the Miners. All he has to do is come around and score, and the Miners win it, and we can move on to game number 2. But some work to be done, and Jacob Steele, the third baseman.
Jackson Brockett, the reason that this game is even being played today, as the Miners had the winning run on third with nobody out, and he struck out 2 and got a ground out, as we instantly see strategy from the Anchorage Bucs, an intentional walk of Jacob Steele.
How about that? Jacob Steele will head down to first base, as the Bucs decide they would like the force out at third.
Yeah, so really interesting here, as an interesting strategy meeting between head coach Tyler LeBrun, James Dillard, and Kyle Watson, who were planning on bunting Jacob Steele right there if they came up in this situation in a tie game. Now it's Casey Sunseri, who could still bunt and try to move the winning run to third with 1 out. We'll see what they do.
Heard plans of maybe 2 bunts in a row. Now that's out of place. And Sunseri bats with runners on first and second, nobody out. Corners in, he will square around and foul it off for strike 1.
Defense for the Bucs looks the same as it did 13 days ago. Mitch Simon, Cody Grabek, Cam McGee, Dylan Fesperman, left to right on the infield.
As Casey Sunseri, a chance to walk it off with a base hit, potentially could score Heidel or any number of things here. He goes down 0-1 as we saw him attempt to bunt there. Fesperman, the first baseman, in the infield grass, third base in as well. Here's the 0-1. Another attempt, another foul ball on the bunt.
Really unfortunate for Casey Sunseri, as now he's behind 0-2 and will likely have to swing it. It's just so fun in these situations, Trey, with a runner placed on second. If you do what the Miners did and get the advantage, you just have to bunt him over. You don't even need a hit to win the game.
Yep.
But if you can't lay down the bunt, you could be in trouble.
As he can't get it down, may square around again, but 2 strikes now. It's dangerous. Here's the 0-2. Pokes at it. This one is looping foul. That's where it will drop.
And it was such a fun conversation before the game, trying to play along with what the coaches might do if Steele was allowed to hit, bunted Heidel over. I was a fan of having Sunseri swing the bat. You saw that swing right there. He's a slap hitter. Just slap it over the draw and infield, win the game.
That would have done it if it had gotten down fair. It drops foul. The Miners wearing their USA jerseys for the first time tonight, red, white, and blue. We'll see a lot of it in game number 2. But just a sneak peek here in the 10th inning. Now the 0-2 again. Off speed misses high. 1-2.
Jackson Brockett, a Nebraska product. He's from Omaha. A 5.23 ERA for the 6'1", 195-pound left-handed hurler who also continues, just like Cole Towson.
Runners on first and second, nobody out. Here's the 1-2 to Sunseri. Swings at it, pops it up in foul territory. It will drift out of play, as he will stay alive.
So interesting, with the game suspended due to darkness, as there's no lights at Herman Brothers Field.
Yep.
Called at 10:30, and the Miners could pick up their 10th victory in 10 minutes.
Trying to do so here, Casey Sunseri, as he will call time. Carter Young on deck if Sunseri is unable to bring home the run. But the Miners would love to see their left fielder in this game. End it right here. He is down 1-2. From the stretch is Brockett. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off again. Out of play. Sunseri, nice little battle here. Trying to stay alive. Do whatever it takes to get on base. Keep this thing going. There's some heavy cloud coverage that night. Made it too dark to see. Bright and sunny now. As we play it out here this afternoon, is you're going to see Jackson Brockett step off there. He will reset.
Casey Sinceri, 14 for his first 47 at the plate.
Needs number 15 here. The 1-2 again. Swung on, popped up, out of play. As he stays alive, just got to wear him down if you're Casey Sinceri. Already along at bat here. Just need one break, and you might deliver a win.
Game number 2, we are told scheduled for 7 o'clock. But stick around. It could start sooner. Don't want to tell you something and it not be correct.
The 1-2 now. Swung on, hit back up the middle, a base hit. The wave around for Heidel. Throw to the plate is in time. As he is out there for number 1 of the inning, Casey Sinceri. A base hit into center. We thought for a moment it would deliver the Miners. Instead, it's out number 1. Runners on the corners. All they need, still a sac fly.
I still like the way by Kyle Watson. It took a perfect throw for Garrett Anglam in center field to gun down Brandon Heidel. And now there's still only 1 out. So I think a great send by Watson.
What a throw from Garrett Anglam. A true baseball hit into center field. Had to be perfect, like you said, Howie, and it was. And it's out 1. Now Carter Young. Sinceri on first base. Jacob Steele 90 feet away. As the Miners try to win it here. The first pitch. High and in. Almost hits him. Fastball there, pop in the mitt. It'll be 1-0.
Alex Vergara on deck. Young just needs to put one in play, potentially. Jacob Steele could score the game-winning run from third.
From the stretch is Brockett, the 1-0. In the dirt. There's a pass ball. Could be the game. That one scooped up by Maltby there.
So much more pressure for the Bucs with a winning run 90 feet away as opposed to 180.
Miners had the winning run 90 feet away earlier in this game. A couple weeks ago. So they try to win it now, the 2-0. High and away, it'll be 3-0. A base to give if you're Anchorage. But Alex Vergara stands on deck. As he will now come to bat. They use the free base. They will send Carter Young down to first, and now the base is loaded with 1 out for Alex Vergara.
I'm sorry, your right fielder, number 17.
Was wondering if
Vergara.
head coach Tyler LeBrun would pull the trigger on maybe a bench man here, as you have Blake Avila, Cade Manning, and Trey Triolo, but I think with the lefty, send Vergara up there. Chance to win it. He had the walk-off walk in the Miners' lone walk-off to this point this year.
He has been here before with the bases loaded. In this situation, now bats with 1 out. The first pitch. High and away. Hey, Howie, 3 to go.
With each mounting pitch from Jackson Brockett, the pressure heats up. He couldn't throw but 1 strike to Carter Young. He has to throw strikes to Vergara, or the Bucs will fall to 4-7.
And the Miners would advance to 10-2. A brilliant start to this season. Let's see if they can keep it going here. The 1-0. Thought about it. He's going to lay off wisely. As that's in the dirt. 2-0 the count.
That was a good take by Alex Vergara on a slider that just dove down. I think Maltby wanted the strike call, but it was just too wicked. Fell out of the zone too fast. Missed inside.
It's a 2-0 count now on Vergara. Here's the pitch. Fastball, outer half, it's called strike 1.
Made him throw a strike. Kyle Watson clapping it up down the third base line.
The Miners, already a base hit in the inning, but a man gunned down at the plate. Vergara now set to face the 2-1. Curveball, misses high. And now the Miners just need a ball to win this game.
How crazy would that be? 2 walk-off walks by the same guy.
Looking for a storybook ending here for Alex Vergara. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. It was a fastball up in the zone. Vergara pulls the trigger. In a hitter's count, he'll now have a full one. As the bases are loaded here, 1 out, bottom of the 10th, 5-5. 3-2 as Jackson Brockett gets set from the stretch. He lost him. Alex Vergara has walked it off for the second time this season via the walk. Jacob Steele will trot on home, and the Miners with another walk-off win.
Wow. He did do it twice. The walk-off walk picks up the 10th win of the season for the Miners. What a start to the 2022 Alaska Baseball League season.
Some cups of Gatorade being showered on Vergara. Maybe not the whole bucket this time. The Miners, another walk-off win here. This one coming in the bottom of the 10th inning. As this game had been delayed for quite some time, Howie. Didn't know what we were going to see today. We pick it up in extra innings and a storybook finish again. A guy that doesn't walk often has drawn his second walk-off walk of this season.
Yeah, just incredible patience by Alex Vergara. In the biggest moments when you need him most, he produces another walk-off walk.
The Miners, as you said, Howie, now advanced to 10-2 on the season. In 45 minutes, we will have first pitch of game number 2, as we're being told now. They'll go get some dinner, celebrate this win briefly, and then they will come back out and try to sweep the day and sweep the Anchorage Bucs on this Monday. Howie, if you had to highlight a player of the game now that is officially over, who would that have to be?
I'm going to go with Cole Townsend. He picks up his second win of the season. Just really neat for a guy to pitch 13 days ago, a 1-2-3 ninth inning, gave his team a chance to win it in the bottom of the ninth. They couldn't do it. He picks them up one more time, strands the runner on second base, and this time the offense delivers. Cole Townsend, my player of the game.
I have to go Alex Vergara here, Howie. When you walk it off via the walk for the second time in this young season, you deserve to be the player of the game, Alex Vergara. A nice eye as he walks and the run comes in. The Miners end up winning this one 6-5. They will move another game ahead of the Anchorage Bucs. So look for another one here in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. We're going to leave the stream up for you guys. Get in the chat. Let us know how you feel about that win and what you're excited for here. In game number 2 this evening will be Michael Yates on the mound for the Miners. We're going to have a preview for that and much more coming up. Don't go anywhere. This is Matsu Miners Baseball presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. The Miners win game 1, 6-5. Walk-off walk.
you, Savannah.
Round 2 of baseball on this Monday. The Miners and the Bucs. Trey Yannity and Howie Boxley rejoining you for Game 2 of this doubleheader. The Miners walked it off in Game number 1 via the walk. Alex Vergara, his second walk-off of the season, as they now improved to 10-2. Another win over the Bucs, now 2-0 against the rivals this season. And as we get set for Game number 3 here, Howie, what are you looking forward to the most? Our keys of the game, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts.
Yeah, Trey, take 2. You already got 1 from Anchorage. Why not take 2, make it a doubleheader sweep against the rivals, the Anchorage Bucs, and try to improve to 11-2 on the year and give Michael a late birthday present. Michael Yates, the starter for the Miners, he turned 22 years young yesterday, and he would love nothing more than run support and a second Miners win on Monday.
We would love to see it for him, like you said, 22 years old. And I have a feeling at some point tonight, we will be joined by Papa Yates, and we want to know where the rest of our followers tonight are watching from, listening from. Let us know in the comments section as you join us and hit the like button on our show tonight. Help our video get out there so we can get Miners baseball to more great baseball fans. Michael Yates out of East Stroudsburg College, originally from Canadensis, Pennsylvania. The starter tonight, the Miners, with a win, would advance to 11-2. They already lead these Bucs by 5.5 games. We'll take a closer look at the standings in just a bit, as it's been an exciting afternoon. The clouds starting to roll in, a light drizzle here. The Miners, though, donning the red, white, and blue USA jerseys for the first time this season, and already 1-0 on the day. They'll look to get it to 2-0, as Yates will face Cody Grebeck, the shortstop, to lead it off tonight. In round number 2, Casey Sinceri back over at third base. For the third game in a row, Nick Sorelli returns at first. It'll be Nathan Rose and Josh Pano in the middle infield. A flip in the outfield, Alex Vergara now in left field, Carter Young in center. It'll be Blake Avila in right, as the lefty Grebeck now set to go. Game number 2 of this Monday doubleheader. Michael Yates on the mound from the stretch. Here's the first pitch, and we are underway. A fastball misses low and in to start it. The official start time of game number 2, 6:12 p.m. and 46 seconds. As we hope this rain will hold off tonight. A bit of an earlier start than we're used to, Howie.
Yeah, a bit of an earlier start, 6:12.
As that one is swung on, popped up left side. Will be in foul territory, long run for Vergara, but he makes his way on over to it. And a nice play for out number 1.
So just a weird feel all around, as game 1, if you missed it, you missed a thriller. Started in the 10th inning, a suspended game that was picked up in the 10th, top of the 10th, 5-5. Runners placed on second base. Cole Towson was able to mow down the Bucs and hold them at 5. And a walk-off walk, his second of the year for Alex Vergara, sent the Miners to double digits in the win column, 10-2 now on the year.
And a good start to game 2. 1 up, 1 down. First pitch is fouled away by Garrett Anglin, the center fielder. He came up in that 10th inning in game number 1. Those Bucs unsuccessful there. The Miners, after an intentional walk to Jacob Steele, would load the bases, and Alex Vergara, only 3 walks on the season, picked up another, and it was a walk-off win. A curveball is in there. Strike number 2 on Anglin.
Alaska Baseball League rules in this one, all doubleheaders will be 7-inning games. So a short 7-inning sprint as the Miners look to get length out of their starter, Michael Yates, making his 3rd start of the year, 4th appearance.
0-2, swung on, softly chopped right side, a foul ball. We'll roll that way, and we'll do it again.
Yates just turned 22 yesterday. So far this year for the Miners, he's allowed 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts over 9 innings. A 4.0 earned run average. Sports a fastball, a changeup, a slider, and a spike curveball.
Sounds dangerous. 0-2 misses in, 1-2.
That's what he called it. Kind of fits his personality, right? For Yates, he said, I throw a spike curveball.
Michael Yates, one of the great personalities on this team. Always a presence in the locker room and on the field as well. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss and a curveball. Some energy there. As we talk about it, out of the hand of Michael Yates, it's out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, a strikeout and a flyout. That will bring up Mitch Simon, the third baseman, for his first at bat of the night.
The pitching has just been so incredible for the Miners in this young season, outclassing everybody in the Alaska Baseball League. It's almost as if no one can do anything wrong when they take the hill, and if they do, the bats will pick them up. The next guy out of the pen picks them up.
We've seen it all season long. Now the first pitch in the dirt. That one misses away. Simon, a roll there in game 1 as well. Now the 1-0. Swings at it, almost hits Yates with it. Thankfully, he ducks out of the way as that one's into center field for a base hit. And a 2-out base runner now for the Bucs. So they try to get something started here in the first. We saw Yates earlier in the season with a behind-the-back play on the mound. That one was coming in a little too hot there.
That was an incredible play by Yates. Just stabbed at it behind the back and let us know in subsequent interviews, you know, I've been trying to do that my whole life, never got it, and it felt great to finally have one stick in the mitt. He almost couldn't believe it.
Look back, the runner at second, did everything right there. Mason Marinko, the batter, he swings and misses at the first pitch.
Marinko, Gonzaga University, where he hit .244 this season and 45 at-bats. He is a veteran. Been at Gonzaga for 4 years now, originally from North Bend, Washington.
The 0-1 on the way from Yates. Curveball. Just misses. Connor Lindsay. In the field, a 3-man umpire crew tonight. We saw him behind the plate in game 1. As I believe we have Paul Craddock behind the plate tonight for game number 2. And now the 1-1 from Yates. Check swing. No appeal, and it's a ball. 2-1.
Brian Gill, the first base umpire, as you see him say no on the check swing. As Craddock asked down there if Marinko went. Connor Lindsay, the third base umpire, shifted over right now with a man aboard.
So nice to have 3 umpires here. Really opens up a lot for the game. Is big cut there from the hitter Marinko, and a lot of air. As it's a swing and a miss, strike 2 now, 2-2 the count.
Certainly quite odd when a right-handed batter is appealed to an umpire standing at third base. That doesn't work out too well.
The 2-2, swing and a miss. Michael Yates. A hot start to this one. 2 strikeouts in the first inning. The Miners will come to bat as they look to get a win here in game number 2. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by Alaska Airlines. Carter Young to lead it off for the Miners in the bottom of the first inning. 0-0 your score. 1 hit in the top half, but Michael Yates looked excellent against this Bucs squad. The Miners will get their first stab at it. Howie, let's take a look at the starting lineup.
Starting lineup presented by Alaska Airlines. Familiar top starting to come into play for Tyler LeBrun as Carter Young's bat is suddenly hot. His average up almost to 270, followed by Casey Sunseri, Blake Avila, Steven Lancey, and Nick Sorelli hold down the heart of the order for Matt Sue. Alex Vergara, Cade Manning, Brandon Heidel, and Josh Pano rounded out for the Miners in this doubleheader, 7-inning game number 2.
As it will be Young to step in now, the lefty, facing Jackson Jelkin. First pitch, swing and a miss, formerly at the University of Nebraska. We've seen Jelkin already in this season.
Jelkin pitched in the game that just finished, only he pitched 13 days prior.
The 0-1. Misses low, now 1-1 the count.
So far this year for Jelkin, for the Bucs. This will be his 3rd appearance, 2nd start. He's gone 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts.
His 1-1 swung on, hit up the middle. To his left, the shortstop go back with it. High throw to first, and a little bit too high there as Young is able to get in underneath the tag of the first baseman, Dylan Fesperman. An infield hit to start us out for Carter Young.
Young with good hustle there and shows why speed is so important in this game, as now Ken Hokoff not happy with the call over there by Ryan Gill, who's going to call in Craddock along with Lindsey. I mean, Gill was right there. Why would Lindsey or Craddock have a better look?
As they will meet here, all three coming in. Casey Sunseri will step in. We knew the strategy for game number 1, if it got there, was going to be Jacob Steele, the first batter. They wanted him to bunt. If that had worked out, as the runner will be called safe here, the confirmation from the crew. But if Steele had gotten the bunt down, the runner had moved to 3rd. I think there were some plans in the works for a safety squeeze to try to win the game by Casey Sunseri.
Definitely could have seen it. His pitching coach James Dillard has coached Sunseri before, seen him do it a number of times. That was his plan at least.
He now gets to swing the bat, but he won't. On the first pitch, it's a called strike on the outside corner.
A healthy debate between him and head coach Tyler LeBrun prior to that game about whether you would have Sunseri try to slap it or put the bunt down.
Oh, and 1 the count. There's about a 3-4 swing there. And a miss will make it 0-2. The curveball away. A nice one from Jelkin.
Jelkin, a 6'5", 180-pound right-handed pitcher, originally from Bellevue, Nebraska.
As he almost picks off Carter Young at first base. Nice move. Young is back, though. Oh, 2. Pops him up. In the infield, the second baseman, Alex Champagne, calls for it. Takes a step to the lip of the grass, where he makes the catch for out number 1. That'll send down Sunseri, and it'll bring up Blake Avila. And Howie, we did not choose Blake Avila as who's striking gold, but we easily could have. He hit a 2-run home run yesterday that gave the Miners the lead for good in that game.
A comeback effort for the Miners yesterday on Father's Day. Blake Avila is red hot, riding a 3-game hitting streak, 12 for his first 33 at the plate, a .364 batting average, 3 home runs. That leads all Miners.
First pitch to the lefty. Here's Jelkin. Swing and a miss.
Team leading 14 RBIs for Avila. Central Arizona Junior College. He's a junior college champion. He scored 10 runs.
0-1 on the way from Jelkin now. Swing and a miss again there. Another nice off-speed pitch from Jelkin. That'll make it 0-2 here on Avila.
Can't complain about the weather once again. Game time temperature right around 66 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, and a light drizzle was falling probably 15 minutes before first pitch, but it has subsided. Wind blows a bit in, but not awfully hard at the moment.
As the 0-2 now on the way from Jelkin. Swings at it, fouls it away. Chopped down the first base line there.
We are expecting some really nice weather coming up to round out this week. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, things will really begin to warm up in the valley. Maybe upper 70s under bright sunshine. Longest day of the year tomorrow.
The solstice, a holiday here. 0-2, swung on, pops it up, foul ball. It will drift into the seats, and we'll do the 0-2 again.
What's so fun about the solstice for Trey and I, it may be the longest day of our lives, Trey.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Every day since we've been here until the 21st of June is technically the longest day of our lives. By sunlight, that is. The hours stay the same. 0-2. Check swing. No appeal down to first.
Do
Maybe
they
1 and
really?
2 now.
It seems like time goes by a little bit quicker in Alaska.
It really does, and even with the extra hours of sunlight, some mornings we find it tough to get up because of how quickly the nights go by and the amount you're able to do here. It's amazing. Unfortunate that we'll start to go the other way down the hill. 1-2, another foul ball. As Avila in a battle here with Jackson Jelkin.
Just an amazing hike yesterday up to Hatcher's Pass, 12 miles to the north. Absolutely stunning as you crest a mountainside, look down on the valley below, the Knik Glacier off in the distance, and a lake up at the top. Gorgeous hike.
The 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. And not just a lake, Howie. A lake frozen over with ice.
Yeah, you have to cross tundra
Yes.
to get up there. How about that?
We started the hike. It felt nice. It was low 60s. Started to climb the mountain. Got about 3,000 feet in. It started to get a little cold. Started to see some snow as a pickoff attempt at first. Not in time. It was a little different. Changed from summer to winter rather quickly. Very cool experience. That is Hatcher's Pass. If you're in town, highly recommend.
Part of the Independence Mine State Park. Old mining town.
2-2. Chops it up the middle. Back to the pitcher, Jelkin. He throws to second where the shortstop, Cody Grbac, has it. He throws on to first, and that is a double play. The Miners threaten here. They strand one, and we go to the second inning tied 0-0. This is Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. Howie, I love triple plays, but I don't love speeding, and speeding is a triple play. It increases the likelihood of crashing, it reduces the amount of available time to avoid a crash, and increases the severity of a crash if it happens. Speeding is also a choice that a driver has full control over. Choose not to speed. Stop speeding before it stops you. This message is brought to you by the Alaska Highway Safety Office as we pick it up here Top of the second inning. 0-0 your score. Miners Bucks presented to you by Napa Auto Parts.
What are the odds that we see a triple play this year, Trey?
Not impossible. I don't want to say it's likely by any means. Is we see Mason Marinko, Alex Champagne, rather, the designated second baseman, was trying to just increase the stat line of Michael Yates a little bit. No DH this inning. Champagne. In a 2-1 count, faces Yates from the stretch. I would love to see one, as that one shot down the first base line, but snagged by Nick Sorelli. 5 feet behind the bag, he runs up and steps on it for out number 1.
Yeah, it would be tons of fun, of course. They're always inning enders, that's for sure.
Now batting, first baseman number 23, Dylan Festerman.
Quite rare, but if you get the right circumstances, certainly not impossible. As Michael Yates lost his shoe.
Oh, no.
Just out of frame on our pitcher cam.
He's just got happy feet down there, bouncing around. Michael Yates was really excited for this start. As we asked him about the rival Bucks, first pitch is inside, almost hits the batter. Dylan Festerman, the first baseman. Fastball missed there, 1-0. You know, he said, this is a rivalry, yes, but I don't know much about it. I've only been playing in Alaska for a few weeks now, but it doesn't matter, as that one swung on and driven high and deep in the air to left field. This one is drilled, and it is gone. Dylan Festerman, a home run here in the top of the second inning, will give the Bucks their first lead of the night.
Festerman unloaded on that baseball to left center field. The Gateway Community College product hit 9 home runs there this year, originally from Phoenix, Arizona. And the Bucks strike first in the second.
Festerman absolutely unloads on that ball. But one thing I love about adversity, Howie, it gives Michael Yates a chance to bounce back from it. Let's see what he's got here against the next hitter, the left fielder, Michael Diaz. First pitch, misses away. Oh, it's a called strike on the outside corner.
Michael Yates is an uber competitor as the sun begins to shine down on Herman Brothers Field. He said, you know, rivalry, not rivalry, I don't care. If you have a different jersey on.
That one's fouled away. 0-2 now.
If you have a different jersey on, then I want to stomp you. It's nothing personal, but if you're not wearing a Miners uniform, you are the rival.
You're the enemy. The Miners wearing a different uniform tonight, red, white, and blue, but the Bucks, of course, not in it. This one is going to hit the batter. Michael Diaz, another base runner here in the second. 1 out recorded. It'll be 1 on for the 8-hole hitter, Max Ortega.
Paul Craddock is whipping off his mask right now. There's some fans that were applauding that hit pretty hard. Not sure if he was maybe just getting some balls, but he was looking over to the first base side as well a couple of moments ago. So interesting here early.
Yeah. Gonna have to keep an eye on it. These two, as I mentioned, are rivals. That only goes so far, though, in summer baseball. Runner on first, 1 out. The first pitch, swings at it, hits it out to Pano. It's short. Flips on to second. No, he's going to step on it himself. Throws to first. And that is a double play. 6-3 it goes. The Miners allow a run here in the second inning. They leave 1 on base, though, and they will come to hit in the bottom half, down 1-0. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. the Miners come to bat in the bottom of the second. 1-0 your score as Anchorage takes the lead on a solo home run in the top of the second. Howie, let's take a look at our standings as the Miners advance to 10-2, the first one to double digits.
The Miners are absolutely rolling through the Alaska Baseball League right now. Already a 3-game cushion on the Pilots. They're 5.5 ahead of these Bucks.
As Steven Lancia swings at the first pitch of the inning, skies it to center field, catch is made there by Garrett Anglem. That is out number 1.
But truly, the Miners just dominating. I mean, the Glacier Pilots trail by 5 in the win column. The Bucks and the Oilers are both 5+ games out. The Chinooks, 6.5 out. This is certainly the Miners' league to lose right now.
First pitch to Nick Sorelli. Fastball misses away, 1-0. And we talked about it after game 1. This game now almost feels like house money. You get a 1-inning victory over this team as the 1-0. Swing and a miss.
No harm, no foul for the Miners if they lose this one. Of course, they want to win every game, but you'd still be looking at 10-3 and 2.5 games up on the Glacier Pilots.
The 1-1 now. Curveball is away. 2-1. And it would be a 2-1 record against these very Bucks as well. So, like you said, nothing hurt, but you want to win them all. Miners up to 10-2 now. This one flared out to left field, roping, and it's going to drop in. Another base hit for Nick Sorelli. He was down to 200 before yesterday's game. Now has 3 hits in 2 days and has gotten that up a good bit here. Alex Vergara now will try to keep it rolling as the Miners down just a run. We saw them trail 4-0 in yesterday's game. A thriller for our matinee.
Such a fun Juneteenth and Father's Day game as the Miners exploded for 6 runs in the 5th. Won that game 8-6.
As Vergara is going to swing at the first pitch, punch this one down the line, a foul ball. As Kyle Watson, the third base coach, tried to lobby, although not enough in his effort as it is ruled foul by Craddock.
That was pretty funny by Watson, who was pointing his right arm to fair territory, trying to get Paul Craddock to signal it fair, and then after Craddock called it foul, Watson said missed it by that much. He knew it was foul all the way, but trying to steal one there.
Yeah, you got to make your best pitch at it. Why not? Vergara, a noisy strike as he's down 0-1.
Vergara had the walk-off walk in game 1. He has 2 of them now on the year, Trey. Only 3 walks on the season.
He knows a thing or two about timing as he takes the ball there 1-1.
Quite remarkable. The stat for Vergara, 2 of his 3 walks, 1 a game.
Some of the walk statistics that we have seen from this team. A filthy curveball is strike 2.
Jelkin has a good 12-6er for sure. We saw that the first time he pitched back on June 7th. And that one had Vergara lifting his arms out of the way. It was right down the middle, though, for strike 2.
The 1-2 now to Vergara is called strike 3. A fastball outside corner. Pretty pitch. And the second out. You may be used to our nightly repertoire, 3 innings of play-by-play to start the game for one of the 2 of us. Then we flip it over for the middle 3 innings and back for the final 3 tonight. A 7-inning game in game 2. We've decided to make it like the old school NBA playoffs. If you're familiar, 2-3-2 is how we're going to do it. The first pitch now to the second baseman, Cade Manning, is going to be strike 1. Nick Sorelli on first. That one's going to miss away.
Cade Manning hasn't played in too many games to the Miners, but he's been good in the games he's gotten in. 5 for his first 15 at the plate. He's hit a homer.
1-1 now, misses away. 2-1 the count.
It's so tough for Tyler LeBrun and the rest of the staff to draw up a lineup card with 12 position players, and they're all so good. It's tough to leave 3 of them out of the lineup every night, but that's the choice that has to be made.
It's a good problem if you're going to have one. The 2-1 now. That one drops in, called strike 2. So many different guys you can turn to on this team, and that speaks for both the hitters and the pitchers. Liam Hatakanaka, the hero of yesterday. 2-2 now. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Jackson Jelkin. As the Miners strand a runner on first base, we go to the third. Your score 1-0. The Anchorage Bucs lead it here. This is Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. Papa Yates here with us tonight, just in time for me to turn it over to Howie for innings number 3, 4, and 5. Michael Yates on the mound. Howie, take it away.
Thanks so much, Trey. I wish we could toss the mic to Papa Yates, but he's listening somewhere on the East Coast, and we always love his presence as Dom Chacon leads off here in the third against Michael Yates. First pitch, catches the outside corner for strike 1. Chacon, a youngster from Scottsdale, Arizona. He went to Horizon High School, graduated this year. He will attend Arizona State in the fall. 388 batting average for his senior season. 0-1 is chopped out to second. Big hop for Cade Manning, whose throw is high and not in time. Cade Manning was a little bit lackadaisical with the effort there, and Chacon reaches on the E4.
Yeah, you can't have that there. That throw works on maybe a routine ground ball, but it took 3 hops, wasn't moving very fast. Need to field that, need to be concise with it, get it onto first, but nothing hurt quite yet.
First error of the game for the Miners in this one, 12th of the season. Cody Grebeck, the batter. First pitch. That one bounces up there. Runner takes off to second. Heidel's throw. Not in time. Tag applied by Josh Pano just a touch late. Wild pitch allows Chacon to reach second base.
And you feel bad for Michael here as he would have had 1 out, nobody on. Instead, nobody out, runner on second. Let's see how he responds.
1-0 Bucks, top of the third inning. Game 2 of a doubleheader. 7 innings will be played. Miners won game 1, 6-5 in 10 innings. 1-0. Grebeck shows bunt, pulls it back, takes low.
Yeah, we've seen a few low misses so far from Yates. For the most part, though, love the location to this point. And in a 7-inning game, kind of think about the bullpen a little bit differently. Might just see 2 pitchers today if it's doable.
2-0 to Cody. There's a strike. Grebeck flew out in foul territory to left field his first time up. Garrett Anglum awaits on deck. Dom Chacon, the man on second, got there on an error and a wild pitch. 2-1. Missed down and in. 3 balls and a strike now. Monday evening, 6:46 local time. Gorgeous day at Herman Brothers Field. 10:46 for our friends on the East Coast. Wherever you're watching, we thank you for doing that. 3-1. Swung on and hit high in the air out to right field. Playable for Blake Avila. Dom Chacon is going to fake a tag and head back. The throw into second in time. Blake Avila with a cannon. Chacon wandered too far off the second base bag. He's pegged 9-6 for out number 2. Wow.
How about this Miners defense? We've seen some of the most unbelievable plays throughout the season. Right there, it shouldn't have even been a thought to get 2 outs. That's a routine fly ball. The right fielder, Avila, camped under it, maybe 4 or 5 seconds. No need to even fake the tag, only about 25 feet deep. But if you make a mistake against this group, they will capitalize immediately. Blake Avila picking up his boy Cade Manning there. Getting him back, that's a double play.
Terrible base running by Dom Chacon as he's doubled up off the second base bag. A cannon by Blake Avila. Wandered too far off the bag. A good tag by Pano. Hocuff doesn't like it, but he will have to retreat to the third base dugout, or the third base coaching box, rather. So there's now 2 outs in the inning for Garrett Anglum. First pitch to the righty. Swing and a shot out to third. Fielded by Sinceri. He will patty cake and fire a strike to Sorelli for out number 3. Leadoff air and a wild pitch puts Chacon in scoring position. He's erased on a laser by Blake Avila. We're through 2.5. It's the Bucs 1 and the Miners nothing as you watch Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Bottom of the third, some more dazzling defense by the Miners. Blake Avila guns down Dom Chacon. A ground out by Anglum ends the inning. 8-9-1 scheduled for the Miners. Brandon Heidel, Josh Pano, and Carter Young will try to get the Miners on the board here in the third. They trail 1-0. Jackson Jelkin has been good so far. He will square off with the Miners catcher to start the bottom of the third. Jelkin into the windup. First pitch. Up and in.
Heidel was the base runner for the Miners to start that 10th inning. He was pinch ran for, although.
1-0 to Heidel. Fouled away. Gunned down in center field by Garrett Anglum.
That's right, yeah.
Trying to score on the Sinceri base hit. Miners were able to push across Jacob Steele with a walk.
I like the aggressiveness there, though. I think anytime you're in that situation in extra innings, go ahead and send him. Try it.
1-1. Curveball that missed inside. I totally agree. Heidel made the first out of the inning at home plate. Probably wouldn't want to make the second out there, but the first or the third, probably all right when you're the game-winning run. It took a perfect play by Garrett Anglum. Otherwise, the Miners would have won earlier. 2-1. Swinging a ground ball, just foul past third.
I'd love to see Heidel continue to stay in this groove he's been in. Keep this hot week going. I think it's good that he's been able to get a few games, not even in a row, but just consistency of playing time here. multiple appearances.
2-2. Wow, slider, strike 3 called. Pretty pitch by Jackson Jelkin to retire Heidel, who doesn't like the strike zone by Paul Craddock. He lets him know. 3 strikeouts in a row for Jackson, 1 out in the third.
That is one of the loudest called strike threes I've ever heard in my entire life. I mean, that was, you guys probably heard that on our Nat mic there at home. Some vocals from Craddock, unfortunately an out for the Miners.
Josh Pano will bat. 9-hole hitter comes in batting .378 for Matsu. He's been excellent in the field and with the wand. First pitch. Strike over the outside corner. Pretty fastball by Jelkin. Tall righty. Very effective so far. He's faced the 1 over the minimum as he brings outside to Josh Pano. Only giving up 1 hit. That was a flare hit by Nick Sorelli. Not very much hard contact thus far by the Miners. 1-1. Missed low.
So I think that brings us to our question of the night here, Howie. What is better? The Miners' defense or your golf game? That went in from Hello, I am Mikey. Thanks for the question.
I don't think that the answer is very hard. 2-1. Swing and a miss. It's the Miners' defense. Of course.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come
I've
on.
seen your golf game. I mean, we just had the U.S. Open this past weekend.
2-2. Strike 3 called, curveball this time. Pano grumbling as well. 4 strikeouts in a row from Jelkin. 2 of them called.
Yeah, Jackson Jelkin really rolling here as he gets a little bit further into this game. Kind of seen a trend. I don't know if it's the daunting Herman Brothers field, the low seats behind home plate, the large backstop, whatever the case may be. We've seen pitchers struggle in the first inning. Kind of getting a groove as the game goes on.
Carter Young bats now. His first pitch. Called strike over the inside corner. Tyler LeBrun not happy on the first base side, as he feels the strike zone is being expanded on his hitters. Jelkin keeps dealing. 0-1. Check swing. He went, says third base umpire Connor Lindsay. Jelkin threatens to strike out the side and get his 5th in a row. 0-2. That one up and away. What's going wrong for the Miners hitters here?
Well, you know, I just don't think they're getting what they want to this point. They've put some good swings on balls, but Jelkin's rolling. You saw it right there. Pop on the mitt, even when he's not locating.
1-2. Swinging a shot down the left field line. Long run for Michael Diaz. Still going. He's not going to catch up to it. Young rounds first on his way to second. He will stand up there with a 2-out double.
I love how aggressively Carter Young runs the bases. A big hit there. Yes, you shall receive, Howie. Nothing going wrong for Carter Young. He pokes it down the line, but just turns the corner around first. Giving him a chance at third base at least. Holds up, decides the double. It's a safe call, but all around, Carter Young hitting the ball well right now, running the bases hard.
Taking a quick peek at the batting average from 3 days ago for Carter Young. Came into play 3 for 20 with a 150 clip. He's now 9 for 32 following that double. Average well up over 200, approaching 3. Sunseri will bat. He takes low. RBI chance here for Casey as the Miners try to tie the game at 1 in the third. 7-inning game here. Doubleheader on a Monday evening in Alaska. Jelkin comes set. Checks the runner Young at second. Brings it to Sunseri. Swinging a ground ball foul.
And, you know, you talk about that number, Howie. Almost 300 now for Carter Young. How about the depth of this lineup? Your 9-hole hitter, Josh Pano, 378. That's your 9-hole hitter.
Just unbelievable what the bats have been able to do, the pitching staff's been able to do, and that's how you get to 10-2 to start a season.
Yes.
1-1. Swing and a ground ball out to third. Fielded by Mitch Simon. He bobbles the ball, and everybody's going to be safe. Easy play for Mitch Simon. He can't make it. E5. Inning continues.
Sloppy defense so far. Already 2 errors for the Bucs, 1 for the Miners. Miners got bailed out. A double play by the hitter. Now Blake Avila. The Bucs have not to this point.
All on the infield, and if you're the Bucs, this is not the guy that you want to give a free at bat to with 2 men on and 2 outs. We will see if the error cost the Bucs. Avila will bat with runners on the corners, 2 men down. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Nasty changeup by Jelkin. 0-1.
Blake Avila swings hard. I mean, this guy hits and hits and hits. But even when he doesn't, it's impressive to watch him swing the bat. Quick hands.
Was looking fastball, got something off speed. Completely fooled by Jelkin. A 1 pitch. Just off the outside corner.
Got a fun question in the comments now, and this one may carry us into the 3rd inning, as I know we're bad about doing this with 2 outs, but who is the MVP of the team so far this season?
First, we will see the 1-1 with runners on the corners in a 1-0 game. Jelkin brings it, and that pitch misses inside. I think I'm going to take the cop-out, Trey, and say that there isn't one. It's baseball. It's a team sport. This isn't the NBA where somebody can score 50 points. Even the best batters, they bat 1 every 9 times. The best pitchers pitch 1 every 5 days. And it's impossible, in my opinion, to pick one person on a team that's meshed so well together. 2-1 pitch to Avila. Check swing. Runner's going to break for the plate. And he's going to be tagged out. Bad decision by Carter Young, as he thought that one was going to skip further away from Max Ortega. It did not. Tag applied for out number 3. We're off to the 4th. Bucs 1, Miners nothing, as you watch Monday Night Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Top of the 4th, Carter Young out at the plate to end the 3rd inning. Mitch Simon will lead off here in the 4th. Bucs lead 1-0. Trey, a bit of a deceiving play that time on the decision by Young to try to come home and tie the game.
Yeah, it's a really hard decision there for Young. Can't fault him for it, as that ball did look like it might have gotten away there, and with such a big backstop, that's a no-brainer. You're the fastest runner on the team.
First pitch to Mitch Simon, misses down and away.
I get it, you know.
I think that's exactly right. From up here, it also looked like it was going to skip further away from Ortega, who, give him credit, he did a great job to keep it nearby. And Young was tagged out by about 20 feet. 1-0 pitch nearly clips Mitch Simon on the way by. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Only 7 innings, so getting late early for the Miners, who trail 1-0 here in the 4th.
This game still feels tied for whatever reason. Yates has been awesome.
He really has. 2-0. Just missed down and away. The only difference in the game between the two teams, Dylan Fesperman got a hold of a ball. The Miners are yet to get it. It's now Michael Yates grumbling a bit about the strike zone, asking Paul Craddock, hey, you gave that to the Bucs pitcher, why not me? As he walks Mitch Simon on 4 pitches. First base dugout, not too happy so far with Paul Craddock.
Yeah, they're letting him know, as they will tend to do. But understandable. This is one of those games where you really haven't gotten off to the start you wanted to at the plate. could argue it's because of calls or because of just the starting pitcher, Jackson Jelkin. Whatever it is, you're frustrated. You're going to let that out a little bit.
Mason Marinko, the batter now, right on right. Pitch from Yates. There's a strike. Paul Craddock with a long strike call kind of glances over at the first base dugout. Last thing you want to do is make the home plate umpire mad with you. That's not a good way to get more calls. Big lead for Simon over at first, draws a throw.
Well, and Heidel, was the hitter there on a controversial called strike 3 call. He's the catcher here, so he's the first guy that Craddock is going to talk to.
A 1 pitch to Marinko. Curveball. Chop foul.
This becomes awkward, I imagine.
It really does. It almost feels as if it is a snowball effect sometimes. As you continue to argue calls, the more you argue, the less calls you get. The more frustrated you get, the more you argue.
Merry-go-round.
Marinko way behind, 0-2. Simon on first with nobody out. 0-2. Inside. Runner started, then stopped.
As we welcome the Steele family back. Checking us out from Farmington, Missouri. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Jacob Steele scored the game-winning run in Game 1, if you missed it. Walk-off walk. He didn't have to run for it. Pick-off attempt. Slap tag by Sorelli, just a touch late.
It's got to be a nice feeling. You can walk at a snail's pace. Oh, just to win the game.
Just to win your 10th game of the year in 12 tries.
Yes. Dominance so far.
1-2. High. Nobody working in either bullpen. This is Yates versus Jelkin right now. Wind is all but died down. American flag stands almost perfectly still above the Alaska flag in center field, right to the right of the 390 sign. 2-2 pitch. Instead to first. Yates keeping tabs on Simon. Doesn't want a second Bucs hitter to cross the plate. Simon 4 for 5 in stolen bases at Cal Baptist University this year. 2-2. Fouled away. Battle here by Mason Marinko.
I love seeing some of the college teammates have to face each other in these summer leagues. Josh Pano, shortstop. Cal Baptist. Marinko as well, as you mentioned. It'd be funny if he tried to steal. Might have to put a tag on him.
Cal Baptist well represented in this league. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball. Third strikeout of the game for Michael Yates. Out number 1 here in the 4th.
Yeah, we're seeing the emotions come out there as
Now batting.
the hitter Champagne really letting it out.
Champagne.
Excuse me, the hitter Marinko really letting it out. And, that's kind of what you get in games like this. It's a rivalry game, and for the Miners, they're able to just have fun here. They already have a win on the day. Michael Yates battling.
Alex Champagne, the batter now. Curveball. Strike called. Champagne attends Arizona State University. Hit .208 this year. Scored 17 times, knocked in 11. From Littleton, Colorado, that fits the bill. A 5'8", 170 left-handed hitter. And another pickoff attempt here. Fans getting louder as the stadium fills up. Bit of an odd timing here for a Monday. People getting off work. The first game started at 5. Mitch Simon on first. Led off the inning with a walk. Long battle with Mason Marinko. Ended in a strikeout. Champagne down. A ball and 2 strikes right now. Dylan Fesperman, the man on deck. The difference in the game right now, solo home run in the 2nd inning.
Other than that, it has been a brilliant start for Yates tonight. Keep it rolling.
1-2 pitch. Strike 3, right down the Glen Highway. 2 outs.
Yeah, that was a pretty pitch there again. And For Miners pitchers this year, it's been about getting in a groove. We've seen guys struggle with consistency. Seen a lot of strikeouts, a lot of walks too, though. For Yates tonight, an error in the last inning. Elongated that one. He bounced back. Brought his strikeout stuff. And again this inning, already 2.
Dangerous hitter in Fesperman, big righty. And another throw. Slap tag again by Sorelli, just a hair late. Mitch Simon is getting his uniform quite dirty over at first base. He's drawn something like 7 or 8 throws already. Yates checks on him. Stares down Fesperman, brings it. Outside, ball 1. Fesperman, originally from Phoenix, Arizona, big 6'5", 215-pound right-handed hitter. We got a hold of a ball in the second inning. Another throw. And this time Simon goes to a left knee as he's tired of diving, I think. But almost nabbed there.
He got him caught up in some awkward position.
Another half step on his lead. See if he just takes off. 1-0, not going. Pitch misses high.
It gets frustrating as a fan to see your pitcher, maybe the opponent's pitcher, continue to pick off to first base, but when you have a threat like that, you kind of have to.
It's part of the game. Of course, I've never understood the jeers that come from that. 2-0. Yates pulled that one badly. 3 balls and no strikes. I mean, if you had no pickoffs, people would just steal all the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
the second you stop picking off, he's going to go. Nobody's going to feel bad for you. Not the fans booing you for picking off.
3-0 on Fesperman. Dangerous pitch. Called strike. Fesperman will have to pick up his bat and put his shin guard back on. Thought it was high for ball 4.
He went as far as taking the shin guard. That's tough. Sometimes you see maybe just a half step, but we'll have to reset and do it again.
Michael Diaz, the on-deck hitter, hands him back his black bat, which he wields over his right shoulder and awaits the 3-1. Runner goes, pitch, grounded foul. Simon has tried to steal second base twice. Both times it has been foul balls, so he is just not having a good time trying to get from first to second.
There's that fine line of protecting the runner while not ending his chances of stealing the base.
Power hitter on Fesperman. Sure the third base dugout doesn't mind him swinging the stick. It's 3-2 now. Simon will get to go no matter what. There's 2 outs. Sorelli still holds him on. There he goes. Pitch outside, ball 4. Lengthy at bat with Dylan Fesperman ends in a base on balls. 2 on, 2 out.
Just kind of lost him there.
Fielder number 25, Michael Diaz.
But not the worst hitter to lose, as we know what Fesperman is capable of. Diaz was hit by a pitch back in the second inning, but this is a player we haven't gotten to see as much in this Bucs lineup.
First look at Michael Diaz in a starting role. 2 more double plays for the Miners in this one. First pitch, swing and a miss. That runs their double play total up to 16 on the year. They've committed 13 errors.
So we have a comment from Bart Fesperman, the father of the home run hitter. Dylan, I'm assuming, asking what's going on with the doubleheader today. It has been a bit confusing on our end as well, but Game 1 was played at 5 p.m. It started in the 10th inning at 5-5. The Miners won in a walk-off walk. Now Game 2 is underway. We began at 6:10, about an hour in, an hour on the dot now. Anchorage has a 1-0 lead off of the bat of Dylan Fesperman, and runners on first and second.
A 1 pitch to Diaz, misses outside, a ball and a strike. Yeah, that Game 1 was a suspended game. Game 2 of the season for the Miners was suspended 13 days ago due to light issues after the 9th inning in a 5-5 tie. So we picked it up right in the 10th, and the Miners scored 1 time in the bottom half to win it. 1-1. High ball 2. Yates suddenly losing control of the zone here in the 4th and piling up the pitches.
He's just got to settle in. In a 7-inning game, 4 is a really good number to get through.
Two and 1 the count on Diaz. Simon, the runner on second. Fesperman at first. The pitch. Swing and a line drive down the left field line. That's a foul ball.
For Yates, this would be a second solid effort here. Solid start. Knew he was excited to jump into the starting role. Got to start against these Anchorage Bucs. The first go round. The dark out. Knows him.
Deuce is wild. Check of the runner. 2-2. Swing and a high fly ball sent out to Avila and right. He's chasing back towards the wall, looking up. That ball is going to be caught right in front of the fence. Michael Diaz just missed a 3-run homer.
Make your heart skip.
We are through 3.5 innings. It's the Bucs 1, the Miners nothing. As you watch Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Parts.
AARP tent behind the grandstand on the first base side.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Bucs 1, Miners nothing. Trey, who is our Who's Striking Gold feature presented by Alaska Mining and Diving Supply?
We have Who's Striking Gold for the first time this season. Liam Hatakanaka. 5 amazing innings and 2/3 on the mound yesterday. Really helping this bullpen in an 8-game stretch. Liam has struck gold.
Hatakanaka was just brilliant yesterday. Talked to head coach Tower LeBron after the game as Blake Avila leads off in the fourth. He's ahead 1-0. And loses his bat. Look out in the first base dugout. Wow, that is off the top of the Miners dugout and falls harmlessly to the ground as Jacob Steele picks it up and hurls it back towards Avila, saying, keep that thing in your hands, man.
Wow, that is the second time we've seen that in as many days. Different teams. Avila now the victim. He's going to really apply that pine tar, as you see on the far right side of your screen there.
Avila reapplying the sticky stuff provided by Steven Lancia, as it is now a 1-1 count, but truly, Hatakanaka, a brilliant effort. Coach Tower LeBron said after the game, that is the first time I've ever seen a pitcher get a standing ovation at Herman Brothers Field, which is what Liam received after he departed in the 7th inning after pitching 5 2/3. 1-1, swung on and driven out to the right center field gap, pretty deep. That ball is going to be off the base of the wall. Avila on his way to second. He will stop there. Lead-off double for Blake Avila, who keeps on keeping on here in the fourth.
Dom Ciccone gave up on that ball, Howie. He thought it was gone. He stopped running towards it. Realized all of a sudden, hey, that's going to drop in. Bounces off the base of the wall. Blake Avila doesn't mind. He stands on second with a double.
Steven Lancia will try to move him along to third. Miners trying to tie the game here in the fourth. One more note on Hatakanaka's effort. Just very timely for the Miners after C.J. Hood departed after 1 inning of work. Miners still have 4 games left to play now in their 9-game stretch without an off day. Lancia takes high. That's off the glove of Max Ortega. And Avila will take the 90 feet. Didn't even need Lancia to swing it.
That's huge. You get that runner just 90 feet away. Now you get 2 tries at it. With less than 2 outs.
Lancia,
the right kind of ground ball or a fly? Sack fly would get him in.
Lancia may just need to put the ball in play here. The only infielders in are Mitch Simon and Dylan Fesperman, the corner infielders. The middle infielders, Champagne and Grebec, giving up the run. 1-0. Fouled away.
And, you know, it's just so relieving, I think, for this Miners team to know that they have 5, 6 different bullpen arms they can really trust in every night. Hatakanaka trying some things out, looked great.
1-1. Fastball strike, letter high. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Lancia. Just truly saved the bullpen, did Hatakanaka, and set the Miners up for potential success here in the 3rd week of the season. 1-2. Swinging a ground ball out to third. Backhanded by Mitch Scheim, and his throw across is in time. Nice play by Mitch. No advance by Avila. 1 out here in the 4th.
You don't want to read too deep into it at this point, but think about how big that appearance, that one pitching appearance could turn. Think about it, how we were in the middle of this stretch. The Miners, without that, maybe don't have the arms to go today to get the win in game number 1. Potentially another win here, and who knows what happens the other 3 nights this week. And this is where you can separate yourself in the standings this point in the season.
Nick Sorelli bats. Takes low ball 1. Huge opportunity here for the Miners in the 4th. Avila just 90 feet away, representing the tying run. Corner infielders remain in. Middle infielders remain backed up. Mitch Simon now well off the bag, though, with a lefty Sorelli up. 1-0. High ball 2.
You almost feel comfortable putting Nick Sorelli on base here. I don't think he's going to see anything to hit. You have first base open. Want to pick up that force out at second. And you probably want to avoid the hot bat of Nick Sorelli at the moment.
Alex Vergara, the man on deck. Hero in game 1. 2-0. Low, 3-0. Dangerous pitch here to Nick Sorelli, and as you said, Trey, would almost be foolish to give Sorelli something over the plate that he can put in play and plate the run. They're going to pitch to him, though. 3-0. Taking all the way. Takes a strike over the outside corner. That's a situation where you'd like to see Sorelli maybe ready to swing. Try to drive in that run.
I'm surprised they threw him anything close there.
3-1 now the count. Pitch to Nick. Swinging a high fly ball sent out to right field. Pretty deep. Dom Chacon's going to have room. Tagging from third is Avila. Here comes the throw. It's going to be a laser, and it's going to be in time.
Oh, he missed that one.
Avila dove around the tag, but apparently not. Paul Craddock calls him out. Tyler LeBrun is not happy at all. Neither is Watson.
That is a missed call.
It looked like Avila dove around the tag. LeBrun is hot in this situation. You can see why. He'll head back to the first base dugout.
Wow.
It's a double play on a laser by Dom Chacon here in the 4th. Off to the 5th. Bucks maintain their 1-0 lead as you watch a fiery game of Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube presented by Napa Auto Parts. We Alaskans like to ride hard, but we also work hard for our ride. That's why RC Detail offers our monthly detail club so that you can keep that showroom shine. inside and out all year round. RC Detail is also the only G-Technic certified ceramic installer in all of South Central Alaska and are trained pros in the art of paint correction. Go to rc-detail.com to learn more because your vehicle deserves the best. RC Detail, it is all about the details, as this is a ground ball out to second by Max Ortega, fielded on a couple hops by Cade Manning. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, you love the efficiency here as Yates dealt a few battles in this game. But still just 1-0. A home run off the bat of Dylan Fesperman. The only score so far in this one, but a lot of drama, and especially some there at the end of the 4th.
And still 1-0 thanks to Dom Chacon, the right fielder, who threw an absolute laser from right field near the line to end the 4th inning. First pitch to Chacon. Misses down and in for ball 1. A great throw by Dom Chacon. It appeared from our vantage point that Blake Avila dove around the tag of Max Ortega. Paul Craddock saw it differently, called him out. A double play as he was pegged 9-2 to end the inning. 1-0. Skips up there.
Yeah, that was tough. We only saw it one time, so we can't speak definitively, but that is a really close play that I don't think he got right there.
2-0 to Dom. Swung on and fouled back.
Broken Arrow in the comments asking, did you get as far as the snow in Hatcher? We did. We saw it immediately. It only was about 50 degrees, which was odd. Got to walk around in the snow a little bit. How he was prepared. He had his boots on. I was not. I was wearing New Balances. Not the best for snow.
2-0. Down and in. 3-0. The Tundra.
The Tundra,
Trey?
excuse me. Yes. Which is just snow, as we found out.
Yep.
Some warped grass hills.
3-1. Inside. Lost Chacon on 5 pitches. As he'll walk here with 1 out. 3rd walk of the game issued by Michael Yates.
And you're okay with that. You know, if he's able to supplement the outs like he has to this point, bounce back from an error, you're fine with some of these base runners. Don't love it for the pitch count, obviously, but he's gotten outs. And we're in the 5th now. This is all the Miners needed out of Yates today.
Hasn't got any help from his offense to this point. They've tried, but have been unsuccessful thus far. Top of the order for the 3rd time, Cody Grebeck, the left-handed hitter. Takes way outside ball 1. Yates, while you were fine with the walks, is starting to miss rather badly here in the 5th inning, which is a bit concerning for the Mat-Su Miners. Threw a lot of pitches nowhere near Dom Chacon. That one was way off the plate. As he tries to settle back down, Ben Alley starts to loosen his arm down the right field line with Steven Lancia. 1-0. And a good frame job by Brandon Heidel. Caught that one, brought it back, presented it nicely to Paul Craddock, who awarded the Miners with strike 1.
Sun begins to come back out here at Herman Brothers Field.
Peeking through the clouds. Off to our right.
It's been a while, son. How's it going? Good to see you.
Pick-off attempt here. Back with the dive is Dom Chacon. We are expecting brilliant weather for the foreseeable future as the Miners get the season into full swing. 1-1. Curveball. Foul back. Trey and I also trying to get in full swing. We thank everybody for tuning in on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. That will help the algorithm and hopefully help some more friends and family get to watch Miners baseball. Sun in full blast mode now as we shield our eyes from the booth. Another pickoff attempt dropped by Nick Sorelli. Just a lazy Monday evening game. Doubleheader, 7-inning game. Miners won a suspended game 1, 6-5. At 5 o'clock. 1-2. Swing and fouled at the plate by Grebeck, who stays alive.
As Blake Avila's dad back in the comments section tonight. Excellent to hear from you. Thanks for joining us. And I completely agree. Blake did slide past the tag. Don't think the catcher got him. But we know how the call went. The Miners still going to have to battle back down 1-0 here.
2-strike pitch to Grebeck. Upstairs. Yep. Our opinion, not heard by the men in black.
The scoring, maybe error to hit, is where we can make a difference. But outside of that, well, not so much.
2-2 on Cody. Chacon leads from first. Yates brings it. Curveball just missed. Almost snapped that thing off over the outside corner for strike 3. Full count now on Cody.
That's a tough one. Really nice pitch and a really good spot.
Just a touch high. Didn't break down enough for Paul Craddock to ring up Grebeck. 3-2. Instead to first. He tries to make sure Chacon doesn't get any ideas on a full count offering with 1 out.
Love these questions, guys. Keep getting them in to the comments section or even just your thoughts. Let us know where you're coming from, what you're thinking tonight. But we have another one from Broken Arrow. What is your take? Not much competition.
3-2 on the ground, out to short. Pano to his right, flip to second for 1. On to first is going to be late. Fielder's choice for Cody Grebeck. Dom Chacon makes the second out at second base.
Well, Cody Grebeck was obviously just worried about the question. He keeps the inning alive here so we can talk about it. Is there not much competition in the league, or are the Miners just that good at 10-2 on the year?
I think that it is a little bit of both. The Miners are that good. This is a good league, and all 5 teams in it have excellent players on their team. The Miners have been fortunate that they have all their players here. None of them are injured. All of them showed up. It is a group that meshes very well together. Don't get me wrong, there's top talent on every single one of these teams in the league. However, the Miners just have so much more depth, it feels, at the moment. And whether that's due to injuries or the way the roster was put together, right now, the Miners lead in that category. They're playing together. They are pitching very well. They're hitting very well. And is a 10-2 clip and an 800 winning percentage sustainable? Probably not. But at the moment, the Miners certainly look like the most complete team in the league, and the record shows it for sure.
Yeah, at this pace, I think they would end the year with around 34, 35 wins. Only about 6, 7 losses. That wouldn't hurt. But I'm with you, Howie. I think that it's a combination of a lot of different things, and you probably don't get this overall effort at all times.
Garrett Anglem takes a curveball inside.
But you're going to have guys step up throughout the season. As we've seen, it's just right now everybody's stepping up. They find ways to win, no matter what the case. Down in this one.
I mean, you look at the Bucs. 1-0. Is a called strike. You look at the Chinooks, who are in the basement of the league, 3-8. Zach Philos, we saw him pitch once. He beat the Miners. He's a really good arm. And each team has that kind of talent, just maybe not as much depth as the Miners. Injuries as well for teams like the Oilers. Pickoff attempt here. And just really a perfect storm for the Matsu Miners, who I think roster-wise are probably in the best spot, probably with the most talent. But it's definitely not a talentless league. And the Miners are just clicking on all cylinders right now. 1-1. Down and away, 2 balls and a strike from Garrett Anglem.
A lot of balance, and Christopher Gibson now asking for a post-game interview with Coach Dillard. Hey, we beat you to it. We had him on Saturday night. You're welcome to go check that out. Please do on our YouTube page as the Miners beat the Oilers in that one. Great thoughts. Post-game from Coach Dillard.
In time. Wow, pickoff over to first base. Cody Grebeck caught napping. That call is not liked by him or the first base coach. But he's picked off by Michael Yates to end the inning. An abrupt end to the top of the 5th. We're off to the bottom. Miners need to score some runs. Bucks 1, Miners nothing as you watch Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Park. Bottom of the 5th, Miners trail 1-0 on a fun game on a Monday night, game 2 of a doubleheader between the Anchorage Bucs. Alex Vergara will lead off the 5th inning here. We've seen a little bit of everything. Saw a pickoff to end the top of the 5th. Both teams have turned 2 double plays, some of them unconventional. First pitch to Vergara. Outside corner, strike 1 called. We saw a 6-3 double play turned by the Bucs in the 2nd inning. We saw a 9-6 double play turned by the Miners in the 3rd, 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. A cannon by Blake Avila. And, of course, the most costly double play to this point, the 9-2 double play, nabbing Blake Avila at the plate to end the 4th inning on a controversial call. 0-2 pitch to Vergara, slider that stays high.
It's been a weird game, Howie. I don't know if we're going to see a usual matchup between the Miners and the Bucs this season, but
1-2. Curveball fought off by Vergara. Just barely got a piece of that pitch from Jelkin.
certainly been odd.
This is only the 3rd time that the Miners and the Bucs are meeting each other. They will play 10 or 11 games this year. Looking up at the schedule, 1-2 pitch. Stays high, 2-2. On Wednesday, the Miners will play in Anchorage, and starting then, 5 of the next 6 games will be against the Bucs. So we will get very familiar with Anchorage very quickly starting this week. 2-2. Swing and a ground ball foul. Really interesting how the schedule lines up. You get a ton of games against the Chinooks early on. We've seen them 6 times. We get our stretch with the Bucs here. We will go to Peninsula and play 5 games in a row with the Oilers as the traditional Kenai road trip will kickstart on June 30th. 2-2. Vergara didn't mean to, but he stays alive by getting a piece of that. I'm sure we'll see the Glacier Pilots for an extended stretch at some point.
Yeah, probably near the end, if I had to guess. It's almost as if the schedule sorts it out to where you have 4 quarters. You play one team at the beginning. You start to get another team as you get into late June, the 3rd, and then I assume we see the Pilots a good bit there in the month of July.
Vergara starts here in the 5th, followed by Cade Manning and Brandon Heidel as the Miners try to break through on Jackson Jelkin, who's pitched very well. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball right on by. Strikeout number 5 for Jackson Jelkin.
Will be the final game of the year on July the 31st.
Oh, now, wait a moment, Trey. You're saying the Miners are going to finish 5th and not play in the playoffs?
Well, the regular season, Howie. I mean, the Miners, I assume at this point, are going to dominate the league, of course. They've been the best. No reason to think otherwise.
Cade Manning bats now. First pitch to him. Outside. That's going to be a ton of fun. First week of August. August 1 through 3 will be the semifinals, top of the world playoffs. August 4 through 6, a championship series. 1-0. Misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes now. Last year, the Glacier Pilots won. The only team that didn't make the playoffs, the Peninsula Oilers.
Yep. It's win or go home there, pretty much.
2-0, down and away 3-0.
Just the best of 3 series.
And we saw last year the Miners with a 30-13 record, class of the league, bounced in the first round by the Anchorage Bucs. 3-0. Up and in, ball 4. Tying run will be on first base with 1 out here in the 5th.
Let's get these bats going here. This is the 5th inning, yes, but this is a 7-inning game, so this resembles what would regularly be the 7th inning of a baseball game.
Time called here as Ken Hocuff makes his way to the mound. Looks like a left-hander is working down the left field line, as that is Brad Mullen warming up. Meeting here between Hocuff, Jelkin, and Ortega. It's a long one that is about to be broken up by Paul Craddock.
You know, and I hope for Brandon Heidel here, he takes the energy that he felt on his first at bat when he was called out looking, brings it to this one. You know, he's had to sit there and catch with Craddock to his back. Probably thought about that call these last few innings.
Brandon Heidel has changed his approach up recently. And it's worked out pretty well for him, as he had a 3-hit game a couple of games ago. He said, I was just taking way too many strikes. Coach Watson, the third base coach, said, you know, Brandon Heidel just needs to be Brandon Heidel. He's a line drive guy, hit the hole kind of guy. See if he can hit one here. Pitch to him. Taken right down the middle for strike 1.
Yeah, he's keeping it more simple now. What he told us is more aggressive and just playing a simpler game.
All of the minors trying to be more aggressive early in counts as part of the philosophy by the coaching staff. Took a strike there. 0-1. Curveball. Stayed up. Jokin has feasted on the bottom of the Miners lineup. The bottom 4 hitters for the Miners have struck out 5 times in 6 plate appearances. Heidel, one of the victims. 1-1. Swing and a shot into left field. That's down for a hit. Heidel takes a hit-the-holes approach, and he's rewarded with a 1-out base knock.
That is Brandon Heidel being Brandon Heidel. Love to see it there. Love to see the Miners get a runner in scoring position here for Josh Pano. In the 3s, he has had a great start to the season. And
Jackson Jokin's start is about to come to a close as the entire infield meets. Ken Hofkuff pops out for the second time, and of course that means that the ball will be taken from Jokin and handed to Brad Mullen, the 6'3", 215-pound left-hander who charges in from the left field line.
I think this tells you how serious the Bucs need a win in this game. I mean, this is your ace, who is not allowed to run. He's allowed just 4 hits, hasn't allowed more than 1 base runner. And in an inning, other than the 3rd, and now just a little bit of stress here, they're going to take him out.
Yeah, 4 1/3 for Jackson Jokin. Looked great. 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Leaves 2 men on his responsibility. And he will give way to Brad Mullen, big left-hander who's going to come in to face Josh Pano in the top of the Miners lineup. Mullen attends Gonzaga University, where he sported a 6.35 ERA this year over 12 appearances, 28 1/3 innings pitched for Mullen. Gave up 39 hits, 24 runs, 20 of them earned, walked 14, struck out 20. Not awful numbers for Mullen, who spent some time in the West Coast League last summer with the Corvallis Knights in Corvallis, Oregon. Better numbers there, a 2.91 ERA over 9 games. Only allowed 8 runs, walked 10, struck out 30. So we will see what we get from the 6'3 left-hander Brad Mullen.
Now look at this delivery here. This is a bit of an unusual motion.
Yeah, a bit might be an understatement as he sort of propels his way forward and then throws the baseball. Quite odd.
When you get a little bit of a closer look here with our pitcher cam, it looks like he's almost gripping the ball as if he was throwing a knuckle every time. Kind of uses his fingernails.
Yeah, it's almost as if he brings his right arm forward, his body forward, but the ball just stays behind, and then he brings it hard through at the very end. Instead of the traditional throw then follow through, he's almost following through early and then throwing it.
Yeah, this is different. This is going to be fun to watch. Against live hitters, and Broken Arrow has been an excellent member of our comment section tonight. Another banger there at the end of it. 77 watching. A suggestion, hit that like button. We thank you for that comment, Broken Arrow. I think you have the right idea, guys. Hit that like button if you're with us tonight. Help us grow. Help us get this show out to more baseball fans, more Alaskans, anybody trying to watch the Miners and the Bucs as the Miners try to crawl back into it now. Big opportunity with a runner on first and a runner on second and just 1 out.
Brandon Heidel, the man on first, just got a base knock. Cade Manning on second. Josh Pano, the batter, as Brad Mullen comes into the game. Left-hander sets at the numbers, brings that awkward motion to the plate. Pano fouls it away.
It's got to be hard to face after you face Jelkin. Much different motion, and a guy that you throw it a little bit harder.
Top of the order, and Carter Young lurking. Mullen sets. 0-1. Swinging a foul ball off to the right.
Pano's just got to keep it simple here, a lot like Brandon Heidel. We've seen him hit for average this season and do an amazing job so far to this point on offense, on defense as well. Steady shortstop.
0-2 from Mullen. Up and in. That one skips away. Runner's going to try to take third. He will. Cade Manning with an excellent read that time as he belly flops into third on the pass ball.
It looks like we have a pinch runner out there, Nathan Rose, taking the bag and doing a nice job of the read. Something I thought was interesting there. You saw the catcher, Max Ortega, have to do a full spin, a 360, before he made the throw. I think that allowed Rose to get the bag.
Good eye, Trey. Nathan Rose, the pinch runner. 1-2. Swing and foul back towards the chain link fence as Tyler LeBrun trying to pull out all the stops as well.
Sometimes
Nathan Rose much quicker than Cade Manning, of course, and he's the tying run, trying to bring him home.
I love the strategy in this league. We saw it the other night against the Miners in their 1-0 loss.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a shot into left center field. That's going to get down for a hit. And Nathan Rose is going to come home to score the game-tying run. Josh Pano delivers again in the clutch. It's now all knotted up at 1 apiece.
If it's not one guy, it's the next. This Miners team continues to pick itself up. We see hitters 1 through 9. Number 9 this time, Josh Pano delivering. That ball was hit true and well. And Rose ties it up.
Run charge to Jackson Jelkin, who can no longer win the game. It's in Brad Mullen's hands as the Miners will try to take the lead now with 2 on and 1 out. Carter Young, the batter. Left on left. First pitch. Up and away. What a smart decision by Tyler LeBrun, as that truly got the Miners the run there. As I don't think that Cade Manning ever would have got to third base on that ball that skipped off Ortega's glove. Might not have scored from second on the single.
Don't need the drama.
1-0. Called strike over the outside corner. Miners have already seen some drama in this game.
Already had a guy thrown out at the plate. Didn't want to have to risk it there. And already had 2 thrown out on the day. 1 in game 1.
2 on, 1 out. 1-1 game and a 1-1 pitch. Young shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike.
Josh Pano is just so good at seeing the baseball all the way to the bat. Takes it right back up the middle. Doesn't try to do too much with it. That's all you need.
Young down to his final strike as Mullen tries to rally here. 1-2. That one skips off the glove of Ortega. No advance this time by the catcher, Brandon Heidel.
Yeah, a little bit more prepared for it that time. Was Ortega. He slides and spins on the ground. A little bit quicker. Better position to throw it if he had to.
2-2 now, the count on Young. Mullen stares him down. Already with a double in this game. Also reached on an E6. 2-2. Curveball swung on and hit hard into center field on a line. That's going to be played on a hop. It's another single for the Miners, and the bases are going to be loaded for the heart of the order and Casey Sunseri.
Keep the line moving. I love home runs. I love balls in the gap. But sometimes that's not what you need. You just need soft base hits. You need walks. You need guys to get on base. That is what the bottom of the lineup has done. They turn it over to Young. He keeps it simple as well. And now the base is loaded for the red-hot Casey Sunseri.
And now the Bucs are in a peck of trouble with Sunseri, Avila, and Lancia scheduled next. First baseman Fesperman in on the grass. First pitch. Called strike at the knees. Middle infield playing at double play depth. Third baseman Mitch Simon also backed up behind the bag. Sunseri can play Pepper. Miners might take the lead here in the 5th. Time called.
Trying to steal this game in a way. Bucs were in control.
Feels like they've stolen quite a few games early on. They've erased a ton of deficits. A 1 to Casey. Inside.
So many different ways to score this run. Pass ball would do it. You see the first baseman, Fesperman, in at the lip, but a ground ball to the right side could do it.
It's the danger of having a man only 90 feet away with less than 2 outs. 1-1. Called strike. Looked like it might have been below Casey's knees, but Craddock gives it to him, and LeBrun is barking. Craddock says enough. LeBrun has not been happy with Paul Craddock to this point as he continues to plead his case.
I think it all roots back to the Avila play at the plate.
1-2 pitch now. Swung on and lashed down the right field line. That's going to drop in for a hit. 1 run scores. Here comes Josh Pano to third. He's going to stop there. RBI knock for Casey Sunseri, and the Miners have their first lead of the game. It's 2-1.
Keep it coming. 2-1 now, Miners. They're known for their big innings. And a guy that you could argue was robbed earlier in this game, Blake Avila. Now a chance to bust it wide open.
4 straight singles for the Miners. Heidel, Pano, Young, and now Casey Sunseri, and a chance for a big inning for Matsu as they have taken the lead. And look at that, Michael Yates now in line for the win 1 day after his birthday.
Yep.
Blake Avila trying to not leave it up to the umpires anymore. Pano on third, Young on second, Sunseri on first. And that pitch is a nice sprawling block by Max Ortega to save the Miners from scoring for a third time.
Yeah, I don't know how he got over on that one. It looked like about 6 inches past him. Somehow catches it the back web.
1-0. Good cut by Avila, fouled straight back.
Just missed it. Got a bit under it there. He squares that one up. It was center cut for him.
The 5th inning was the magical inning for the Miners yesterday. They scored 6 times and finished the comeback on the Chinooks, who led 4-0 at one point. 1-1 on its way. Swinging a shot down the left field line. That's a foul ball. Avila knuckled that one to the left side of the third base chalk.
And how about that, Howie? I mean, this Miners team working line to line. In the inning, we've seen base hits through the 6 hole, up the middle. Sunseri drops it down the right field line. Avila just a few feet away, going the opposite way down the left field line.
Avila will try to shorten up here with 2 strikes. 1-2. Down and away. Ortega with another nice stop.
Mark Kreisen, who does great work for this Miners team in the IT department, says it sounds like there's a good crowd tonight. There's an excellent crowd here tonight. They've trickled in.
It's filled in nicely for Bucs and Miners baseball. 2-2 pitch. Swing and another foul ball. Avila hanging tough.
Tampa Bay Lightning get a win in the Stanley Cup Finals tonight. We got some hockey fans up here in Alaska.
Could have played on that lake that we visited yesterday up at Hatcher's Pass.
Yeah.
2-2. Swing and a shot. That is caught by the shortstop, Cody Grabek. Wow, great play by Cody as he doubles up Young at the second base bag to end the inning. Miners take the lead, though. They score 2 times, 4 straight singles here in the 5th. We're off to the 6th in a 7-inning game. It's the Miners 2 and the Bucs 1 as you watch Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Top of the 6th inning, Miners have just taken their first lead of this 7-inning game. They lead 2-1. And for the final two frames, I will turn it back over to my broadcast partner, Trey Annity.
Thank you very much, Howie. You're the good luck charm tonight. You move over to this seat, and the Miners take the lead in this one. They lead it now 2-1 as we start the 6th inning. 7-inning games are a little bit shorter, Howie, but they're just as fun, and it's a whole lot of fun when you can watch the Miners take the lead as they did in the 5th. Now R.J. Elmore into the game. He replaces Michael Yates as they try to protect it here in the 6th. First pitch, swung on, pop-up. As Brandon Heidel is going to call for it. He is ran into, that time a collision, by the third baseman Casey Sinceri. An odd play as Heidel is able to hold on to it and make the catch for out number 1 there. Garrett Anglin, the center fielder, retired. But I don't really know what was going on there with Casey Sinceri.
Very odd play right there, Trey, as Heidel was camped under that for an extremely long time. But Casey Sinceri, you heard somebody yell, Casey, Casey, and I guess he thought that was his ball as he ran into Brandon Heidel. But luckily, Heidel, with the catcher's gear on, was able to hang on for out number 1.
It'll be Mitch Simon now, as it looked like on that play. First pitch, misses high. It looked like Sinceri maybe thought that Heidel had lost it. He was so well camped under it, was acting with so much patience and no stress at all. I think he thought he lost it there. Now a 1-0 count to Simon. Swings at it, fouls it off. 1-1.
Great outing for Michael Yates, who started for the Miners. He's in line for the win now, as they just need 5 outs. It's a 7-inning game. He went 5 innings. The only hit he gave up was a home run. Also gave up a single, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 1 hit batter. Struck out 4.
Great Yates, 1-1. Misses away now 2-1. He's more mature now, Howie. He's 22. He's older.
Looking for his first win at that age.
Elmore shakes off the call. Now set to deliver from the windup. Curveball. That is nasty. That is strike number 2.
Really pretty pitch that time by R.J. Elmore, a sidearm right-hander who attends Grand Canyon University.
Comes from the canyon to the mountains. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 there is Elmore. We'll start the 6th inning with a strikeout. Now, just 5 outs needed for a second Miners win.
Mason Marinko
Check that, 4 outs.
was struck out both times that he faced Michael Yates.
In the 2nd and the 4th. Now bats in the 6th and is going to take a strike, a curveball on the outer half there.
R.J. Elmore making his 4th appearance. He hasn't given up an earned run just yet, although he's given up 4 unearned runs. Walked 3, struck out 5 to this point.
As that one bends back in there, strike 2. Elmore is feeling it so far here in the 6th.
I'm sure that the Miners would love for R.J. Elmore to close this one out, pick up the save for the Miners, as Cole Townsend was already used in Game 1 and also had to pitch last night.
This pitch is going to miss away. Can't have it perfect. It'll be 1-2. As Elmore, part of the elite group, the 5 guys that have still not registered an ERA at this point in the season. The 1-2. Swings at it, chops it out to short. Pano runs in, throws across his body, as we've gotten so used to him doing, and makes a successful throw for out number 3. The Miners lead it 2-1. They will come to bat in the bottom of the 6th. When we return, you are watching Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. Steven Lancia now will step in here to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. It is the Miners 2 and the Bucs 1. This is Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube. And ouch, that one hurts. A foul ball off of Max Ortega. I'll need a second, but it will be 0-1 on Lancia.
Trey, can you believe it? We've seen 5 double plays in this one. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The Miners have turned 2 of them. The Bucs have turned 3 of them. And 2 of them, to this point, have involved outfielders.
I was going to say, not traditional double plays. Some of them, yes, as the 0-1. In that are now 1-1. This has been an unusual doubleheader. We had a question earlier. Is this the weirdest doubleheader you've been a part of? Well, it's not over yet, but it is right there. Haven't been a part of too many to this point as the 1-1 swung on, fouled out of play. It'll be 1-2. But, yes, it has been unusual.
Miners looked like they might rally for a huge inning in the 5th as they scored twice, but a nice play by Grebeck. Line out double play.
Steven Lancia swings at this one, hits it high in the air to left field, fairly deep. This one is going at the track and against the wall. The left fielder, Michael Diaz, falls into it, but makes the catch for out number 2. That ball had some carry as Steven Lancia, in an effort to keep his streak alive.
That ball certainly had some carry, and that probably didn't feel too good as Michael Diaz slammed into the wall out there, which isn't really padded. There's just some advertisement signs, and there's some wood as well, as Ken Hokuff's going to come get Brad Mullen, who just faced one batter here in the 6th, and it looks like it is going to be Francis Kai, who skips out of the dugout on in relief for Brad Mullen. But yeah, that catch could not have felt too good for Michael Diaz in left field, and for Lancia, Trey, that might have been his final hope. And it feels like a bit of robbery here. A 7-inning game might end his 10-game hit streak.
It really does. This isn't right. We need to petition. We need to get this sorted out. And that ball, off the bat, looked like a routine flyout. It just kept going for a second. Thought it meant an insurance run and a continuation of the hitting streak. But you're probably right, Howie. That might be it for Lancia. If you're a Miners fan, you probably hope it is. If he comes back up, that might mean that this game is tied.
Or it means that they just had a massive 6th inning, right?
That is all you can hope for at this point.
Brad Mullen comes in, works 2/3 of an inning, faces 5 batters, gave up 3 hits. No runs were charged to him. However, he inherited 3 men and let 2 of them score. Those were both charged to Jackson Jelkin, and that is the reason that the Miners lead it right now.
Up until that 5th inning, it kind of felt like the Miners were up in this game. That's always how it feels in a 1-0 game. No matter which team you're pulling for, it's a duel. That's what we saw tonight. Jackson Jelkin versus Michael Yates. Both stellar.
Francis Kai, the new pitcher, 6'4", 205-pound righty, attends, you guessed it, Gonzaga.
A lot of Bulldogs representing here as a called strike is in there to Nick Sorelli. Fastball.
Maximum amount allowed is 4, and the Bucs certainly have all 4 covered. He is from Liam Hatakanaka's neck of the woods.
Bainbridge?
Bainbridge Island, Washington.
No way. How about that?
Where he went to Bainbridge High School. Say that 3 times fast.
I'd love to. It's my favorite name. 1-1 has popped up. Behind home plate, Ortega gives it a look. We'll watch it into the seats. 1-2 on Sorelli. What a powerful name for a city, for an island. Bainbridge. It's always kind of stuck out to me. Of course, Gonzaga in the, I don't want to say the metro area, but close enough to Seattle.
Brief meeting here between Ortega and the hurler Francis Kai as, I don't know, maybe Ortega thinks he knows something about Nick Sorelli. We will see what happens.
It's quick. And now 1-2 from Kai. Time called.
See, now that shouldn't be allowed. You have a meeting in between the mound and home plate, catcher and pitcher, and then you shake each other off and don't throw.
1-2, check swing, appeal down to first. And No call given down there, but he is rang up.
Yeah, there was no appeal. Paul Craddock said, "I got this, you swung," and Sorelli not happy that there was no appeal.
Yeah. The Miners have certainly vocalized their opinions throughout this game, but won't make a difference. 2 outs. Now nobody on as we get the chance to see Alex Vergara in his third at-bat in this game.
Fielder number 17, Alex Vergara.
Swings at the first pitch, is going to foul that one off.
Of course, the effort isn't complete, but Trey, the Miners just do it again. I mean, it's incredible. They get behind, and they just don't stay behind very much.
They have come back, but you do need to knock on some wood here, Howie, as we have another frame to play. That one on the inner half. Some grunts now from the visitors' side, but it is a ball. 1-1 the count on Vergara.
Someone warming up down the right field line for the Miners, so might see a new arm come on to try to get the save.
Check swing, called strike 2. Nathan Rose, who's substituted into this game for Cade Manning. He is on deck looking for his first at-bat of the night.
Also playing second.
The
Straight
1-2
swap.
from the wind-up. Another check swing, and it misses away. No appeal. That'll leave it up at 2-2 with 2 outs and nobody on. From the windup, Vergara is rung up, and that will end the 6th inning. But the Miners just need 3 outs to pick up their second win of the day. We're going to see who's on the mound when we return. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. The Miners, well, they need 3 outs to win this game here. In game number 2 of our doubleheader today, they lead it 2-1. 2 runs rather, in the 5th inning. Gave them the lead in this game. A new pitcher on the mound as well, Nate Rolka. Has his parents in town. They get to watch him try to close it out tonight. But before we do that, Howie, before we get the rundown, let's take a look at the Miners' next 3 games.
Next 3 games for the Miners, 1 more home game to cap off a 5-game homestand. Tomorrow against the Glacier Pilots as the Grand Tour of the Alaska Baseball League comes to a close at Herman Brothers Field. And then it's a lot of Bucs. Wednesday, we will face the Bucs in Anchorage. Thursday, back home against the Bucs. And then, alas, Friday, our first off day in over a week.
The second baseman from Anchorage with one of the finer names, Alex Champagne. In his third at bat, he has a ground out. Back in the second, he struck out in the 4th. He'll face Rolka as the Miners try to close it out here in game 2.
It is Nate Rolka from the University of Delaware looking for his first save of the season. Electric stuff for Rolka, who looked great the last time we saw him. Touch 93 on the radar gun.
Another pitcher that operates exclusively from the stretch. His first pitch, a fastball, misses high and away.
21-year-old right-hander, originally from Dalton, Pennsylvania. 6'3", 210, the billing on Nate Rolka.
Ready on lefty. This one swung on, grounded out to first. Sorelli with it. He's going to flip to his pitcher. Nate Rolka recovers the bag in time for out number 1. Sorelli with range over there at first base. Move about 7-8 steps to his right. A nice toss underhanded. And now Dylan Fesperman, who represents the only run in this game for Anchorage. Had a home run in the second inning. Now comes up with one out. And nobody on here in the seventh.
Rolka has now worked 6 1/3 innings without allowing a run. Just so many minors pitchers that can say that to this point.
First pitch, misses away. We've seen Rolka in a different role so far this year. We saw him somewhat of an 8th inning guy, if you want to call it that. A later inning reliever. Now the 1-0. Swing and a miss. A fastball up in the zone. That one pops the mitt and evens the count.
Looks like his fastball is back up in the low 90s today. 92, 93. Looks sharp. 2 outs to get for the Miners for win 11.
The 1-1 now. That hits him in the head.
Oh. Hopefully he's all right. I think he is, as he will run down to first base to show that he is. Wow, that was scary.
Yeah, never fun. Always makes you hold your breath for a moment.
That's why they wear the helmets.
It is, and Paul Craddock immediately to Dylan Fesperman after the hit batter. Make sure
like
he would get down to
we're
first.
going to see a pinch runner here for Fesperman.
Well, one's all they need, Howie. We'll have a runner on first base. He represents the tying run in this game. 1 out. We'll bring up Michael Diaz, the left fielder.
Pinch runner is going to be
Cam McGee, I believe.
McGee. Yep, that's right.
Michael Diaz was also hit by a pitch in this game. He represents the go-ahead run here in the final inning of regulation. Now the first pitch. He's going to miss low.
Michael Yates started for the Miners. Excellent. 5 innings, 2 hits. The only blemish, the solo shot by Dylan Fesperman. In line for the win right now if Rolka can get the save.
1-0. Swing and a miss there. Not too worried about his runner at first base, although it is a pinch runner. Didn't give him a look that time.
Sorelli holds on McGee, who has a sizable lead over there.
Looks at him now and gets set. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2 the count on Michael Diaz. What do it mean for the Miners? A 5th consecutive win. 11 on the season. And they would grow this lead even further with the 2nd place Glacier Pilots. Of course, the Bucs as well. Now the 1-2. Pokes it. Left field line. Foul ball. We'll do it again.
Glacier Pilots in action tonight against the Peninsula Oilers. Last road game on the first road stand for the Peninsula Oilers, who will get a much-needed off day tomorrow, and then we'll get to play in Kenai starting on Wednesday, where they will spend a month and see every Alaska Baseball League team.
Pickoff attempt. Runner is back in time. The sun peeking out here in this final inning. Trying to illuminate this field as the Miners want to get off of it here. The 1-2 now. Swing and a miss. A strikeout of Diaz, and now 2 outs in the inning. The Bucs down to their final of the game.
And they're going to send up a pinch hitter. It's going to be John Baring to pinch hit for Max Ortega here. As Ken Hokuff tries to do anything, unload the bench, and try to find a way to beat the Miners for the first time this year.
Has to be frustrated, as a loss would mean 0-3 against the Miners, and 0-2 on the day. We're going to have to wait on the first pitch, a pickoff attempt. Bearing lefty. Facing the righty, Rolka. As he looks back the runner again. Now set to deliver. First pitch is a called strike. Outside half. Fastball there again.
John Bearing, left-handed hitter. Attends Santa Clara University, where he hit .217 this year. Originally from Seaside, California. Last hope for the Bucs.
Pick off again. Runner is back.
Spent some time in the Appalachian League in 2021. That's a good summer league. With the Kingsport Axemen, where he hit .318.
Nate Rolka. The low-hanging arm. So he gets set to deliver the 0-1. Swings at it. Hits it into center field. That one's going to get down for a base hit.
Right string pulled that time by Ken Hokuff as the pinch runner Cam McGee is down to second. John Bearing keeps the game alive for Dom Chacon.
2 substitutions represent the base runners for Anchorage.
Now batting, right fielder
McGee
number
on
9,
second,
Dom Chacon.
Bearing on first, and 2 outs. The Miners trying to close it out here behind Nate Rolka as he will get a visit from the pitching coach, James Dillard.
Folks, thanks again for coming out tonight on
Had some drama these last couple games, Howie.
James Dillard trying to offer some final words of wisdom on a Monday night and close this thing out. The pitching coach for the Miners out to chat with Nate Rolka.
These Bucs will be here again for Aurora Dental Day at the park and 7 o'clock game time.
We will see the 9-hole hitter,
Saturday, Fred Meyer Day at the
Dom
park.
Chacon.
So 3
The right fielder tonight,
the Miners here at
come
home.
up as
If
he
you get
represents
Anchorage on
the
Wednesday,
final
they'll be
hope.
taking on the Bucs down there on Wednesday night.
Reached on an error in the 3rd inning. Had a walk in the 5th. Trying to keep his team alive.
Had a laser from right field to gun down Blake Avila back in inning number 4. That kept the Bucs up at the time. But now they trail and are down to their final out.
Don't go anywhere after the game. We will have head coach Tyler LeBrun join the show. Now the first pitch to Chacon. Swings at it, chops it down the 3rd baseline. Another foul ball to get an at-bat started. It's 0-1 on the right fielder.
This is a big spot for a young kid in Dom Chacon who hasn't even played a game of collegiate baseball yet. Just graduated high school. Good luck, kid.
Anchorage needs him here the most, as there's 2 outs and runners on first and second in a 1-run game. The drama will thicken as timeout is called. Now Chacon back in. Set to face the 0-1 from Rolka. That one is going to hit him. Got him on the foot, and now the bases will be full of Bucs here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, top of the 7th.
Second hit batsman of the inning for Nate Rolka, who has electric stuff, but sometimes has problems commanding, and that's what's so dangerous about sending out Rolka in a 1-run game. If he has it, it's almost a guaranteed victory, but if he doesn't, things can get dicey as we're back to the top and Cody Grebeck.
Mason Brandenberger warming up for the Miners. They hope they won't need him. They just need an out as Rolka continues. Now Cody Grebeck, the shortstop, the first pitch. Swung on, fly ball, left side. The shortstop Pano will give way to the left fielder Alex Vergara, who secures it for out number 3 in the Miners. Will sweep this doubleheader over the Anchorage Bucs. They win it here in Game 2, 2-1.
That's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks again for coming out.
Another great game for the Miners, a comeback victory, the 5th inning. The difference in the game, they're able to string together 4 singles and win game number 11.
What a magical start to this season, Howie. This team has come back time and time again. We see them do it here again today. We've seen them win in a lot of different ways. An extra inning, walk-off win in game number 1. But as we look at game number 2, your player of the game.
My player of the game is going to be Casey Sunseri, who drove in the game-winning run, an RBI knock in the 5th inning, brought home Brandon Heidel. And the Miners are jumping in the streets once more as they are 11-2 off to an electric start on the season.
High five line continues as you see it there on your screen. My player of the game, got to be Michael Yates. Another extremely effective start as Yates will get these Miners their 11th win of the season. As I mentioned, we will be joined by head coach Tyler LeBrun in just a moment, so stick around. We'd love to have you. But in game number 2 here of the doubleheader, the Miners win it 2-1 and sweep the Anchorage Bucs. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. We'll be back in just a minute. The brooms are out here at Herman Brothers Field as the Miners sweep the doubleheader today over the Anchorage Bucs. It is the rival, coach. I know this one means a little bit more, but any win means a whole lot. Here as the Miners get to 11-2 on the season, their best start in franchise history. Talk about the emotions of today, what it means to get 2 massive wins over Anchorage.
I think it's always nice when you win a rivalry game. Obviously, there's always that
think guys know coming up here that there's a rivalry between these two teams, and it was chippy out there, and it was feisty, and it was just good baseball all the way around. Casey Sincere said something to me in like the 6th inning. He's like, "This is just good baseball." So it is, and it's always nice to walk away with wins like that. And our guys again came back from behind after a solo shot, I think in the 2nd or 3rd, and Yates, he threw his butt off, man. That was good to watch, to see him just compete out there. And then R.J. Elmore came in and shut the door and passed on to Rolka. And, of course, he had to make it interesting just for fun. And it's always, yeah. So, yeah, it's good to grind it out.
Faced some adversity today. We saw a handful of double plays turned by both teams. Just kind of a weird game. How was your team able to grind this one out and pick up the win?
I think at points we were trying to push the limit and make stuff happen out of something that wasn't there yet on a couple base running issues. But, I can never get upset with our guys for being aggressive. Now, tonight we made some mistakes, obviously, and anytime you put up 7 hits, you should win handedly, I think, against 2 hits or 3 hits, whatever it was. But again, I like at least we're being aggressive. I'd rather have us be aggressive than passive. And we just kept telling our guys to stay in a ball game. We're going to have our chances, and we had a few situations not go our way, but that's part of the game, I guess. And I got to give our credit to our guys. They just grinded this one out. So
2 weeks ago at this moment, we hadn't finished game number 1. Your team is now 11-2, way up in the standings. What has gone into the amount of success that they've had so far?
Yeah, it's just an attribute to our guys and I think the culture that we've kind of created here, and my assistant coaches Watson and Dillard have done a tremendous job with their groups. And, it makes it easy as a manager when you come out and have those guys running the show for you. And I get to watch this club just day in and day out compete. And when they compete like they have been, they're going to put themselves in good positions to win. And I think that's the success we've been having, is because we're just giving ourselves good chances.
Liam Hatakanaka yesterday,
Yep.
Michael Yates today. What is it like to watch a guy pitch so effectively for multiple innings?
I've said this since I was young. I always like watching pitchers' duels. I just think it's a chess match, and today we got to see it firsthand. Their guy threw amazing. He had some great stuff, and our guys were coming back saying he's just a top-tier pitcher, and it was good to see him throw, and they have a great ball club. So for us to be able to walk away was huge. But our pitching staff, and again, Coach Diller's done a tremendous job with our pitching staff. We're down 3 arms right now, and we're having a different guy every game take the ball and answer the call, and again, put our offense in a good position to win ball games.
Yeah, no doubt, Coach. And they have done just that. 2 of them today. Just kind of reflect on the emotion of the second game, really, as things kind of started to spiral there, and what it took to get your team locked in to score those 2 runs and get the win.
I can't take credit for locking them in. Again, that's on them. I try to stay out of it as much as I can during the game. That's the one thing about baseball, is you kind of just got to let you guys go play. I think it started off with winning the first game was huge. I think that put us in a good position. It kind of let us relax a little bit. And I know Yates, he was really upset after he gave up that solo home run, but I think we've given up 4 home runs this year, and 3 of them have been solo shots. And I told him after, he was very frustrated, and we went over his outing after the game. I said, dude, you got to let that go. I mean, our offense is too good to let 1 run beat us. And I think he did a good job of settling down and getting us in through the 5th. But again, I give all that credit to our guys. They killed it. So
another couple of wins here today, Coach.
Yep.
You guys are 11-2 now, an unbelievable start to this 2022 season. It was AARP Day. We're going to have Matsu Regional Medical Center Day tomorrow as we welcome in the Pilots at 7 p.m. Like I said, 11-2 now. The Miners continue to grow their lead in these ABL standings. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here post-game.
Thanks, guys.
We will join you guys again tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Hit that like button one more time on the way out for us as the Miners pick up a win in game number 1, 6-5 via the walk-off walk, and a win in game number 2 with the rally there in the 5th inning. For Howie Boxley, my name is Trey Yanity. This has been Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. Have a great night, everybody. The Miners, twice as nice.